Hey everyone, my name's Sapan. I'm one of the MCAT tutors here at Inspira, and I'm currently an incoming MD and PhD student down here in New York City. I do get what you guys are going through, and that's a big part of what motivates me to meet with students every day that I'm working as a tutor. When we first start working together, I'm not going to hand you a pre-made study plan that's going to be a cookie-cutter approach. What I want to do actually is I want to understand your learning style, your timeline, like when you're taking your test, what you aim to score on your test, where you're starting from, how much you've already studied. And then from there, we're going to build kind of a solid backbone, the core of your study schedule, kind of decide when we're going to have you achieve certain milestones, see how much content review you're going to need versus how much practice questions you should be doing. And from there, I like to keep things pretty flexible. So we'll plan your study schedule in shorter windows, typically like a week or less than that, a week and a half between the times that we're meeting, so that we can make sure we're keeping things very specific and flexible and adapted to exactly what kind of content you need to be covering. As a tutor, something that I actually pretty strongly believe is what separates great MCAT scores and average ones or below average ones is not necessarily how much you study, but it's how well you understand what the test is actually trying to test you on. So it's not just memorization, although it's a big part of it, but the test is actually asking you to think like the people who are writing the passages and the questions. And once you can start seeing the test in that way, it starts to click a little differently, and I tend to see students break free from their plateaus and make big improvements in their scores pretty rapidly. This mindset shift is something I find is especially applicable and relevant for the cars section, which is notorious for being the section that a lot of students just can't crack, because it's not something you can get better by grinding more content. It's specifically designed as a section to see if you can improve your strategy and how you look at the passages and change your perspective. And that's something that I help students do. I find that progress isn't necessarily linear with most students because they're typically going to hit some kind of plateau at a certain point, where their scores stall and they just can't seem to figure out how to get over that next hump. And a lot of people get discouraged here and they'll kind of just try harder with the same things they've been doing. But I've noticed that the students who get over that hump are the ones who are able to take a step back and see how they can change their approach or modify their perspective. And it's my job to help make that happen faster. I try to bring energy and keep you engaged because I know that this is a very mentally grueling process, and having somebody who's working with you and keeping you engaged and interested in the content as much as they can is going to make a big difference. So when something isn't clicking or you're just kind of groggy from all the studying you've been doing, I'll try to find new and engaging ways to explain topics until it starts to hit home with you a little better. I know how much time can get wasted trying out different resources and study plans before you actually find something that works for you. And I want to help students save time and save yourself that struggle. This is the perspective I bring as an MCAT tutor, and how I'm going to help you on your journey in taking the MCAT and getting to medical school. So I've worked with students at all different levels, whether it's somebody who's trying to break the 500 mark on their test, or students who have taken the test and done really well but want to reach for an exceptional score beyond 520. And the most rewarding part of this job is that every single time I'm able to help a student and see them get over that hump, it shows that I'm really making a difference in their journeys. And so if you're looking for a tutor who's going to be real with you, help you when you feel like you're stuck, and take the time to make sure you're having a thorough understanding of the test, then I think we would be a great fit and I'd love to work with you.